All right, y'all, good morning. We were actually out here kind of in the morning. I caught enough bait yesterday. I was able to just toss some in the cooler for today, so that saved me about an hour or so this morning. As you can see by the clouds, we are definitely in between storm systems. We had one come through this morning about 3 o'clock in the morning. Woke me up, woke us all up actually at the house. And it was a thunder boomer for sure. But like I said, we've got a few hours in between this one or the last one and this one that's going to come in. It's definitely going to come in. I don't know how bad it's going to be. A friend of mine, he kind of keeps me abreast of what the weather system is like. Well, his name is Sean Burkhart. It's Sean, and Burkhart's spelled the same as my last name. But he is kind of a part-time weatherman. He deals with Stewart County, Henry County, and all the surrounding counties. So if you guys live local, look him up on Facebook, and because he gives pretty good updates on what the weather's doing at the time, and sometimes he is quite a bit more accurate than your local weather guy. But anyway, so if you know, this is my absolute favorite time to fish. Now, it's probably not the smartest time to fish because of all what's going on, but for some reason, these storm fronts, these storm cells, stuff like that, they just get these fish just crazy. And I love it because you just never know when a rod takes off what's on the end of it. It could be a 6-pounder, it could be a 60-pounder. It's just kind of neat to see that. We're starting off. It's an outside bend. We do have a little bit more current here than we did on the other side, and that's kind of what I was looking for first thing this morning, was a little bit of current. We're going to be in and out of deep holes. We're going to be coming across underwater points again, which is my favorite. Problem is we've got a north wind that's going to pick up, so it's probably going to push us a little bit faster. It's kind of why I chose this spot also, because it blocks that north wind. So we should be able to drag this pretty reasonably at the speed I want. Now the only problem we got is there's trash on this side. I don't know. I guess maybe because that's just where the current rolls out. And we're going to be dealing with a few snags on this side because I have drugged this area before, and I've got some rigs laying at the bottom of this place. So, but if we can make it through it, like I always say, if we can make it through it, we have a good potential to catch some good fish out of here. So let me go ahead and get some baits thrown out there. Let's get some boards hooked up and let's get to fishing. Oh, got one on a suspended rod. One on the suspended rod. One on the suspended rod. Heck yeah. I like it when they do that. Now, hopefully he stays pinned. These suspended fish, boy, they are just weird sometimes on how they hit it. He feels like a decent fish. Yeah, sometimes they are weird when they hit this thing. You just don't know how good they're hooked. Come on, buddy. Because this fish, you could see it because he'd come up from underneath it because my line went slack and then he just went straight down with it. So decent fish for sure. I don't think he's going to break any records, but definitely a good skunk. If we get him in the boat, it'd be a good skunk buster for sure. Now he's doing this stupid blue thing. God, dog. Y'all, that is a good fish. That is a good fish. Holy cow. He sure didn't fight like that for sure. He ain't hooked very well either. Come on over here, buddy. There we go. Yo, that's a good fish. Holy cow. Man. Yeah, I don't know what he's got going on there. Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good fish. Come on, Rod. Oh man, look at this thing. Oh God. I could fish close to 50 pounds, I'll bet you. Holy crap. Oh, he was hooked way better than I thought he was. Heck yeah, buddy. Heck yeah. Man, I appreciate the crap out of that. Well, you, sir, are most definitely glove worthy for sure. I bet you this fish he's close to 50 pounds. He's a definitely high 40s, I'll promise you that. Nothing like a good suspended bite. Oh, God, dog, this fish is heavy, y'all. Come here, buddy. Oh, yeah, look at this fish. Okay, come on, buddy. One more look. One more look at this dude. Come on. Yeah, this fish. Yeah, he's every bit close to 50 for sure. Alrighty, thank you. I appreciate that on a suspended rod. Heck yeah. Oh man, God, I feel so bad about dropping that fish. But man, you know, you just fish like that, you just can't. They get to twisting and moving like that, then there you go. Oh man, y'all. Hey, that's the, you know, there's a lot of things in this world that scares me, you know. I mean, to the point it hurts me here, you know, and I had to go back and get that fish. Luckily, I was able to get him back in the net. I've been over the side of the boat with him 45 minutes. Well, again, you know, I can't stress this enough when you're fishing suspended like this, and we're in 50, well, right now we're in 60-something foot of water. I can't stress enough, take your time. I know you want to hurry up and get them in the boat just like I did. I mean, I thought I was taking my time, but I didn't. But he's good now. God, I'm so thankful for that. You know, that was a big post-spawn male. And oh, it would just break my heart if I seen that thing floating around. But he's good to go. His belly wasn't full, but apparently his air bladder was just completely packed. So I got him back in the boat. I burped him, and then once I held him over the side of the boat for a while, he was just continuously pushing out air. Oh, yeah, like I said, there ain't too much in this world that really just hits me here, and that's one of them. My own stupid mistake, I'll just tell you that right off the bat. I should have took my time with him. One, I should have burped him before I put him back in the water. You know, a lot of things, but he's good to go now. That's the best part about it all. He's good to go. Like I said, that fish was, he was 50 pounds, but he was just one of the bigger males I've caught in a long time. Oh man, I'm so happy about that. I hated that he had to go through that process, but we got him good. He swam down just fine. It just, like I said, I can't stress that enough. And you know, and I'm my own worst, you know, critic or problem when it comes to that. I didn't take my time bringing him up. When they're on these rods, they got forever before they get to the boat because there's just so much line out. But when they're on the side of the boat like that, they only got, you know, you're pulling them straight up from 60-something feet. It's tough. I guess if anything out of this and something I will most definitely practice, and I always do with the small ones because I've never really had any problems with the bigger ones, but I guess it goes to show you need to check them bigger ones too. There's a fish. I'm trying to watch the weather, and then I just noticed this board hanging back. He's a decent one. He is a decent one. And he's not as, I don't think he's as big as that last one we caught, but he is definitely a decent one. One thing I love about this white bass, because I have went over a whole bunch of small fish. He's staying down too. Like I said, he's not as big as the last one, but still a decent fish. He ain't no dink. Well, he's not as big as I thought he was. God dog, boy. Fighting pretty hard today. Well, he's about another 10-pounder. About a typical fish this time of year. Oh yeah. Not a bad one. Yeah, he's not a bad one. Alrighty, well, I appreciate that. Heck yeah. I'm sitting there trying to watch the weather because it looks like a lot of that severe stuff is going to stay away just a little bit longer. So we should be able to get at least another hour, I guess. I mean, I'm coming over some really good looking stuff. Really hoping there'll be some fish laying out next to it. So far, I mean, there has been fish down there. I've seen them. It's just that, you know, a lot of them are smaller fish. God, I hate it when it does that. So they ain't been messing with me too much. That's why, again, that's why I like using white bass. Because if I had skipjack on, man, I can only imagine how many little ones and how many times I'd have to rebait and everything else. All right, got fresh bait on. Done dodged all the logs and sticks and stuff that floated through my line. So we got about another 200 yards of drag, and then that's going to be probably about it before we have to go because of well, rain. I've been checking the radar. It seems like it's wanting to trend a little bit more north of us, but we still got there's a tail of it that's keep coming down. So if it was just rain, wouldn't be a big deal, but it's supposed to be, well, supposed to be severe storms in it, so we'll see. But I don't fancy getting caught out in it for sure. I don't mind rain. I'll fish in the rain. I don't care about rain because the fish are already wet. But when it becomes a health risk, I gotta make a judgment call on that. But we got a little bit that we can drag. We still probably got about an hour before that we got to worry about anything. So we're going to finish up this drag and see what happens. God, I'd like to catch one more good one. Well, God dog. Just trying to push another log off the front of the boat, and I noticed this rod took off. Well, then the log got caught in the trolling motor. My Lord, I tell you what, this water didn't come up, so I don't know where this debris is coming from. I don't know where it's coming from. I was up there messing with that, and I just heard the planer board shooting back, but then, like I said, the log was caught between the trolling motor and the boat. Well, he don't feel like a bad fish either. I mean, he's trying to swim across all my lines, but I don't think he's a monster, but he's not a bad one. He's coming up too fast now. Well, he's not a bad one. No. I just wish he'd quit trying to swim across my lines. Where are you going now, buddy? No, come up this way. Yeah, come between them. That'd be all right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to net this one. He's in the 20s for sure. Okay, good. Crisis averted. Yeah, let me get the net on him. He's close to borderline. Close to borderline there. I'd much rather be safe than sorry. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. There we go. There we go. I promise, I will make sure that you are good to go before I put you back in that water. Oh yeah. That's a decent fish there. I think he's even glove worthy. Let me do that, huh? Let's see. You good? Yeah, you have to be good. Oh yeah, he's in the 20s for sure. Look at this dude. I like these. Yeah. Good looking fish. Good looking female is what she is. Well, I surely appreciate that, and I appreciate your patience while I was up there trying to get these sticks out of my trolling motor. Heck yeah. We how that worked. I mean, I've fished this before, but on the other side. I've never drugged this side before. I didn't know that. I mean, this is when I talk about flats, it has been the same depth for a while. I don't know. I mean, that's the only fish I pulled off of it, except for that other little one, and I had a couple bites. But so I don't know. Like I said, I think a lot of it is a timing thing, which, you know, that's no big secret. I mean, the fish don't eat all day, so it's most definitely a timing thing. But it's just trying to figure out where they're at that time, you know, when they want to eat. Because it may seem like you're fishing a lot of dead water, but you're not. Like, I mean, I can see these fish, you know. I mean, they're not monsters that I see down there, but it doesn't mean out there isn't one, or out there isn't a good one. Or, you know, like they had that big one hit the suspended rod. You know, of course I would have never saw him yet. So, I don't know, it's hard to say. You know, like, I mean, I'm a firm believer that if you just sit down and fish, like you pick a spot, you pick a stretch, and you sit down and fish. Now, if you're anchor fishing, okay, that's a little bit different story. You know, you're gonna have to move around to find them fish. But I will still say that doesn't mean that there ain't fish there. They just may not be biting yet or wanting to feed yet. That could be the only other thing. It doesn't mean they ain't there. Just like, you know, I haven't drugged this spot. I haven't fished this spot before. But, you know, I just picked it. And then I said, well, heck with it. I'm gonna drag it till I catch fish. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Now, I ain't been catching a whole lot of fish, but like I said, a lot of that's because I'm using nothing but white bass. If I was using shad or skipjack, man, I'd be catching so many of them, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 pounders, which, like I've said before, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. But fun to me anymore is I want 20 plus pound fish is what I want. And I don't always get them, you know, but it sure is fun when you kind of put together a plan. Not so much a pattern yet. These fish, they're not really able to be patterned just yet, but man, we are so close. Outside of the only pattern that I've come across is, you know, main channel flats. That's about the only pattern that I've come up with where I can consistently catch fish. Now, I'm not going to say I catch 15, 20 fish every single time, but I will catch, you know, a good handful of fish. So, yeah, we'll just keep on going. All right, y'all, I want to show you something real quick, something we're getting ready to come up on. I just wanted to show you. I get kind of excited when I see little things like this, but let me show you real quick. Okay, so we've got, you can see where we're at, and we're getting, you can see like the contour lines, how they're starting to really stretch out right through here. They're really starting to stretch out. Then you've got where they kind of dip down again, like it's kind of like a flat, and then it's a sharper drop. Then it goes down into these holes. I'm going to try to come across right through here, but these little spots like this just get me excited because now you got these flats. You know, you just don't know what's hanging out here, especially on this like drop, because this would be technically, it's not a great depiction of a ledge, but it'll act like a ledge right through here down to the holes here. So I'm working myself out to where I can get, well, pretty much where that pink line's at. And then, like I said, it just kind of keeps going because I'm getting ready to come up on a point. And it looks like if we start to go around that point, we get to pretty good looking stuff. And so it's like I said, you know, graphs are good, but your most important thing is a really good map. You know, of course, these are Navionic maps that I use, and they work great. But I'm just saying, like, maps to me, because yeah, the side scan and down scan and stuff is great, but a good map will just kind of give you a really good idea of where you need to be. Not necessarily that's where the fish are going to be all the time, but, oh God. But what it does is it helps you put yourself in a better location with a good quality map. See, had I not had a map, I wouldn't have known that. I would have just think I'd have had a little point, you know, coming out off this point a little bit further, and that would have been it. But we've got kind of we got a little shelf situation going on right here before it dumps off into these holes. And that gets me excited. So hopefully there's something in there. Oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. Gosh dog it. I thought he had it. But no. Probably wasn't a big one anyway. That's one thing about them when they slowly start pulling it back like that, you just never know. I've had some big fish do that. Had some little fish do that too, but I've had some big fish, and what they'll do is they'll just grab it and just sit there with it. Well, either way, we'll get it back out there. See if we can't come across another one. By God, I got that one. See, we're coming across. God dog it. We're coming across that little spot that I was telling you about that I was pretty excited about. Now, he's not a big one, but that was 2 quick bites, real, you know, back to back. And they range from here to over there. So, yeah, he's definitely not a big one, but that was 2 quick bites. As we started to pull off, like I told you, I was going to start moving back out so I could put these boards right where, you know, right where they're at right now. And that was 2 quick bites. Hungry little one. Hungry little one. Come on in here, buddy. Let me show you off real quick. Got my drift socks out, so I need to bring them to the side, or they will get tangled up for sure. That's good. I like that. Come here, buddy. Get done all that out there. Heck yeah. Not a monster, but like I said, it doesn't mean there isn't one down there. Yeah. Good looking little fish. Good looking fish. Thank you, I appreciate that. All right, but we're coming right, we just started right where I showed you where I think would be a good spot. And we had, like I said, 2 bites pretty quick. Ended up catching one of them. I think that other one was probably about the same caliber fish, but like I said, doesn't mean that there ain't a bigger one down there. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. We did okay today. I mean, we caught a good fish. I'd like to caught a couple more of them. It just kind of tells me that, you know, they're still just kind of real scattered, pretty good. Finally, you know, drug a stretch that I haven't fished before. That was something I wanted to do today. That's what I've been doing quite a bit here lately. You know, I could go back to the same spots, and, you know, I kind of got the fish kind of figured out in them spots. But, you know, I want to expand. I want to try to learn even more of this river that I possibly can. Where we started off, we have fished there before, but I would typically stop. There's a day marker down there. You can't see it from here, but I would typically stop there. That would be about the only spot that that area I'd fish. But I've never fished this before. But I just, you know, like I said, I looked on the map. It's like, man, it looks fishy. Let me go ahead and give it a shot. Turns out, you know, we ended up catching one right at 50. A couple small ones, but you know, it is what it is. This storm, obviously you could tell it never came. I've kept watching the radar, it kind of split up around us. And that is one thing about them fronts like that. You know, sometimes, most of the time it turns the fish on, but sometimes it'll actually turn the fish off. And I don't know why. I don't know what causes it to do one, you know, do it one way or the other, but I guess today it was one of them days where it kind of turned them off. But like I said, you know, throughout this video is the reason why I'm also sticking with strictly white bass right now. And I'm probably going to get some bluegill and add some bluegill into it, because they're pretty good bait as well this time of year. But what it does is, if I was using shad or skipjack, mainly skipjack, man, I would have just got dinked to death. And that's just, you know, that's not something I want to do, because it's kind of a pain in the butt when you got to sit there and keep replacing baits. And, you know, you get this rod that just, you know, it keeps getting messed with for, you know, half mile or whatever the case may be. But like I said, today for me, I caught a big male, so it's a huge success for me. Now granted, I had an issue, which, you know, I'm going to make sure, you know, all that stays in the video. But I guess I need to practice what I preach also, but check your fish, even the big fish. That's why I don't hardly ever check them, because I never have any issues with bigger fish like that. But yeah, he had a hard time getting down, and like I said, I had to get him in the boat, take care of him. And he was fine. He swam back down, but he didn't really fight. That was the weird thing. He didn't really fight as I was bringing him up, and then, you know, his belly was empty, but his air bladder was just completely full. So anyway, we got that part of it fixed, and just like I said, you know, about the only thing you can take out of that part of it is just even, you know, check all your fish really, because you see me take care of the small ones. But either way, like I said, it was a fun day. It was a fun day. I thought for sure we were going to get run off by rain, but it never came. It actually, you know, went around us and kind of broke up. We got, you know, clear sky, or clearing up skies now. But yeah, I hope, if anything else you get out of, like what I said earlier, that you get out of this video, is a lot of times that you just got to sit down and fish. Just fish. I fished a stretch of water that I haven't fished before. It turns out there's fish there. Not many. I seen a bunch of little ones, but yeah, just sit down and fish. That's the best thing you could do. Get the bait that's right for that time of year, and just put in the time. I know that's a cliche that everybody hears all the time about how do you get good at fishing, how do you catch the big ones, stuff like that. Obviously, time is key. But the other part of it is just sitting down and fish. You know, you try to chase somebody else's fish, or you know what somebody else is catching them on, or something like that, and that may not work where you're at. So yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys, enjoyed this one. I know it, the bite wasn't on fire, but it will be. But either way, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.